Welcome to Brookhaven National Laboratory. Today you will hear about Brookhaven's benefit programs. After viewing this video, a member of the Benefits Office will join you to assist you in enrolling in our benefit programs. Now let's continue. Today you can enroll for medical, dental, life, and AD&D insurance coverages. You can also enroll for our Vacation Buy plan and reimbursement accounts for healthcare, dependent daycare, and transit commuter expenses. You can even enroll in our 401k plan today. As a new hire, you will have 31 days from your date of hire to make your elections or to change the elections you make today. Any changes you make within the first 31 days are retroactive to your date of hire. If you don't make any changes within the first 31 days, you can only change your elections either when you have a qualifying event or during our annual open enrollment period. We'll talk more about qualifying events and open enrollment in a little while. You'll find lots of details on the benefit programs on our Benefits Office website. The website is included in the back of your BSA Benefits Program booklet. Now we'll tell you more about the different benefit plans. First, you should have received two items, the 2017 BSA Benefits Program booklet and the 2017 Guide to Medical Programs, the Health Savings Account, and the Healthcare Reimbursement Account. We will refer to these as we go along. Please take out the BSA Benefits Program booklet. You can start your medical coverage as of your date of hire. The medical plan is voluntary. If you have coverage elsewhere, you may decide not to take coverage through Brookhaven. We have 4 medical plans through Aetna, 3 point-of-service POS plans, and 1 high-deductible health plan, HDHP, with a health savings account, HSA. The cost of each of these plans is shown on page 9 of your BSA Benefits Program booklet. On page 11, you will find a chart that shows you a side-by-side comparison of the Aetna medical plans we offer. This is only a summary, and more detailed information is available on our website. Now let's talk more about the plans. Aetna has a network of providers throughout the United States. The name of the provider network is Aetna Choice POS2 Open Access. All 4 Aetna medical plans use this network. The directory of physicians and healthcare facilities is available online through a link on the Benefits Office website. The website is listed in the back of your BSA Benefits Program booklet. If you use a provider who participates in this network, the provider is referred to as in-network. If you use a provider who does not participate in this network, the provider is referred to as out-of-network. All 4 of the Aetna plans have coverage worldwide, but Aetna's network does not extend beyond the U.S. Under all 4 plans, you may use the physician and facilities of your choice. You do not need to select a primary care physician for you or any dependents you may be covering under the plan. If you need to go to a specialist, you do not need to get a referral from a primary care physician. You just make an appointment with the specialist. Under all 4 Aetna plans, there is in-network coverage and out-of-network coverage. And coverage is different for the use of in-network providers versus out-of-network providers. In addition, all 4 plans include coverage for routine vision screenings and an annual physical. Please turn to page 11 of the 2017 BSA Benefits Program booklet as we discuss how coverage works. Under Plans 1, 2, and 3, for many services, such as a visit to an in-network physician, you pay a flat dollar amount, which is called a copayment. A copayment is a fixed payment for a covered service that you pay when you receive a healthcare service. A copayment is sometimes referred to as a copay. It applies to services for which coverage is indicated as a flat dollar amount. Under Plans 1, 2, and 3, some of the services have a deductible and coinsurance. Plan 4 only has a deductible and coinsurance. There are no copayments in Plan 4 with the exception of prescription drugs. So, what's a deductible? A deductible is the amount of money you pay for covered expenses that must be paid out of pocket annually before the medical plan will pay any expenses. It applies to services for which coverage is indicated as deductible plus coinsurance, but not those services for which coverage is indicated as a copayment. What's coinsurance? Coinsurance is your share of the costs of a healthcare service. It is expressed as a percentage of the covered healthcare expense. So if the coinsurance is 20%, this means that you pay 20% of the cost of the healthcare expense. Under all 4 plans, there is a maximum amount you will pay for covered medical services in a calendar year. This is called the out-of-pocket maximum. It includes copayments, deductibles, and coinsurance. The out-of-pocket maximum is different for in- and out-of-network services and also depends on the coverage you have elected: employee only, 2-person, or 3 or more people. You can find examples of how copayments, the deductible, and coinsurance work on pages 10 and 11 of the BSA Guide to the Medical Programs, Health Savings Account, and Healthcare Reimbursement Account. Okay, now let's talk about Plan 4, the High Deductible Health Plan, or HDHP, with a Health Savings Account, HSA. An employee-only HDHP covers just you. For the purpose of coverage in the HDHP, the term family plan means a plan that covers you and at least one other person. So both 2-person coverage and coverage for 3 or more people are considered family coverage for the purpose of Plan 4. Plan 4, the HDHP, has a higher deductible than POS plans 1, 2, and 3. In most cases, this plan requires you to pay an annual deductible and then coinsurance. The deductible is based on your coverage level, employee only or family. There are different in-network and out-of-network deductibles and coinsurance. In Plan 4, the in-network deductible is combined for medical expenses and prescription drug expenses. The deductible under Plan 4 works differently than how it works under Plans 1, 2, and 3, where in those plans you can have coverage for 2 or more people, but the individual deductible still applies to each person separately. In Plan 4, if you have coverage for 2 or more people, there is no individual deductible. Only the family deductible applies. In Plan 4, the out-of-pocket maximum works the same as under Plans 1, 2, and 3. The individual out-of-pocket maximum applies to employee-only coverage. The individual out-of-pocket maximum also applies to family coverage. If you have family coverage under Plan 4, each person can either reach the individual out-of-pocket maximum or the family can reach the family maximum each calendar year. Once the applicable out-of-pocket maximum is reached, the plan pays 100% of covered expenses. The out-of-pocket maximum includes copayments, deductibles, and coinsurance. There's another part to Plan 4. It's called the Health Savings Account, or HSA. You must be enrolled in Plan 4 to participate in the HSA. The HSA is used to pay for eligible, unreimbursed healthcare expenses. If you are enrolled in Plan 4 at the beginning of the calendar year and have employee-only coverage, BSA will contribute $500 to the HSA on your behalf. If you have family coverage, BSA will contribute $1,000 to the HSA on your behalf. These amounts are prorated if you enroll in the HSA after January 1st of a calendar year. You may also contribute to the HSA on a pre-tax basis through paycheck deductions throughout the calendar year or on an after-tax basis. The minimum annual contribution is $300. The maximum is based on whether you have employee-only coverage or family coverage. You may adjust your HSA contribution monthly. Contact the Benefits Office for more information. HSA participants are issued a Health Hub debit card from Payflex, who administers the HSA. You can use the card to pay for eligible expenses, or you can pay for eligible expenses yourself and reimburse yourself from HSA funds. You can locate more information on the HDHP and the HSA in the BSA 2017 Guide to the Medical Programs, Health Savings Account, and Healthcare Reimbursement Account, as well as on the Benefits Office website. Now let's talk about prescription drug coverage. You'll see that coverage for prescription drugs is included in all of the medical plans. There are different co-payments for each type of prescription drug, depending on whether the drug is a generic drug, or a brand name drug in Aetna's formulary, or a brand name drug not in Aetna's formulary, or a specialty drug. You pay less for a generic drug than for a brand name drug or specialty drug. And we even have a mail order program that can save you money if you take any drugs on an ongoing basis. Aetna Plans 1, 2, and 3 have a separate deductible and copayment that applies to prescription drugs. Let's talk about Aetna's mail order prescription drug program. The mail order prescription drug program can be used to fill prescriptions for maintenance drugs. Maintenance drugs are prescription drugs you take on an ongoing basis. You can only receive up to a 30-day supply of your maintenance prescription drugs at the retail pharmacy each month, and you will pay a copayment each month. If, instead, you send a prescription for a 90-day supply to Aetna's mail order program, you get the 90-day supply all at once. It is mailed to your home, and you only pay 2 months' worth of copayments. Through the mail order program, you save 1 month's copayment. You can also get the 90-day supply for 2 months of copayments at CVS retail pharmacies. Let's talk about who you can enroll in the medical plan and what documentation you'll need to provide. You can enroll yourself, your spouse, and your children, up to age 26. If you enroll your spouse for coverage, we will need you to provide us with a copy of your marriage certificate. We will need a copy of the birth certificate for each child you enroll. If you elect medical coverage, you will pay for it through payroll contributions from your paycheck. You may either have your contributions withheld from your paycheck on a pre-tax basis or an after-tax basis. Choosing to have your contributions withheld on a pre-tax basis lowers your taxable income. Your contributions are based on your pay, the medical plan you elect, and if you elect coverage for yourself only, or for 2 people, or for 3 or more people. If you enroll in the medical plan, you will receive identification cards for you and any dependents you enroll. If you don't receive your ID cards within 3 weeks, it is important that you contact the benefits office. Now let's talk about the dental plan. You can start your dental coverage today. Dental coverage is also voluntary. If you have coverage elsewhere, you may decide not to take coverage through Brookhaven. We have 3 different plans through Delta Dental. One of them is a DMO, one is a PPO, and the third is an indemnity plan. The cost of each of these plans is shown on page 12 of your BSA Benefits Program booklet. On page 14, you will find a chart that shows you a side-by-side comparison of the Delta dental plans we offer. This is only a summary, and more detailed information is available on our website. Let's talk about the different types of dental plans. The Delta Care Dental Plan is a DMO. With the DMO plan, you will have a primary care dentist who is responsible for overseeing all of your dental care. You must use that dentist for all services except those of a specialist. The primary care dentist will be assigned to you based on your home zip code. Once you receive your ID card, you can change the primary care dentist by calling Delta Dental at the number on the ID card. You and your dependents do not need to choose the same primary care dentist. If, in the future, you prefer to use a different dentist, you may change the primary care dentist by calling Delta Dental. The directory of dental providers for this plan is available through the Benefits Office website. The website is also listed in the back of your BSA Benefits Program booklet. If you go to a dentist that does not participate in this plan, you will not have any dental coverage. The cost for each service is indicated in a schedule, which is available on the Benefits Office website. Under this plan, you pay a set amount for each service. Under the DMO, if you need to see a specialist, such as an oral surgeon, you must first go to your primary care dentist and get a referral to the specialist. Okay, now let's talk about the dental PPO plan. Under the dental PPO plan, you may use the dental providers of your choice. You do not need to select a primary care dentist. If you need to go to a specialist, you do not need to get a referral from a primary care dentist. You just make an appointment with the specialist. There are two networks available to you: the Delta Dental PPO network and the Delta Dental Premier network. The directory of dental providers for this plan is available through the Benefits Office website. The website is also listed in the back of your BSA Benefits Program booklet. Unlike the DMO, the PPO plan also provides coverage for dentists who do not participate in their network. If you receive services from a dentist who is in the plan's network, you have a higher level of coverage than if you use dentists who are not in the network. Under this plan, you pay the annual deductible and coinsurance. The third dental plan is the Delta Indemnity Plan, where you may use the dental providers of your choice. You do not need to select a primary care dentist, and referrals are not needed. You may use Delta's network of providers to obtain discounts under this plan. This is the same provider network as the PPO plan. The directory of dental providers for this plan is available through the Benefits Office website. The website is also listed in the back of your BSA Benefits Program booklet. Reimbursements are based on a schedule. The schedule, which includes the amount of coverage for each procedure, is available on the Benefits Office website. It is your responsibility to pay your dentist the difference between what your dentist charges and what is covered under the schedule. This plan provides the lowest amount of reimbursement of the three dental plans. Let's talk about who you can enroll in the dental plan and what documentation you'll need to provide. You can enroll yourself, your spouse, and your children, up to a certain age. If you enroll your spouse for coverage, we will need you to provide us with a copy of your marriage certificate. We will need a copy of the birth certificate for each child you enroll. You can enroll a child through the end of the calendar year in which the child turns age 23. If you elect dental coverage, you will pay for it through payroll contributions from your paycheck. You may either have your contributions withheld from your paycheck on a pre-tax basis or an after-tax basis. Choosing to have your contributions withheld on a pre-tax basis lowers your taxable income. Your contributions are based on the dental plan you elect, and if you elect coverage for yourself only, or for 2 people, or for 3 or more people. If you enroll in the DMO plan, you will receive identification cards for you and any dependents you enroll. If you don't receive an ID card within 3 weeks, it is important that you contact the Benefits Office. If you enroll in the PPO or indemnity plans, you will need to go to the Benefits Office website and follow the instructions on how to print an ID card. The Vacation Buy Plan is a voluntary plan which you can sign up for today. You may purchase 8 to 40 hours of vacation time each calendar year. You pay for this through pre-tax contributions from your paychecks, which are withheld equally from your paychecks throughout the year. You must use all of your accrued vacation days that Brookhaven gives you before you can use your Vacation Buy Time. When you use Vacation Buy Time, you are paid for that time and the payment is subject to tax just like your regular pay. When you plan to take time off, you must receive approval from your supervisor. Any Vacation Buy Time that you purchase but do not use by the deadline designated each year will be paid back to you in your last paycheck of the year and taxed as regular pay. The deadline is indicated in your BSA Benefits Program booklet. Vacation Buy Time must be purchased each year during open enrollment. Your election does not carry over from year to year. You can join any of the 3 reimbursement accounts today. They are voluntary programs. One is for health care expenses, one is for dependent daycare expenses, and one is for transit commuter expenses. If you enroll in the Aetna Plan 4, the high deductible health plan with the HSA, You cannot enroll in the healthcare reimbursement account. You are issued one Health Hub debit card from Payflex, who administers the programs, even if you are enrolled in all three accounts. You can use the card to pay for eligible expenses, or you can lay the money out and submit your receipts to Payflex for reimbursement. The healthcare account allows you to put money aside on a pre-tax basis for eligible unreimbursed healthcare expenses. For example, your co-payments, deductibles, co-insurance, vision care expenses, dental expenses, etc., for you and your eligible dependents. You can use information on the Benefits Office website and IRS Publication 502 as a guide, but not all items that qualify for a tax deduction in that publication also qualify for this reimbursement account. How does this work? With this program, you designate an amount you think you will spend on eligible expenses between your date of hire and the end of the calendar year. Brookhaven takes that amount and divides it by the number of paychecks between now and the end of the year, and takes that out of each paycheck in equal installments on a pre-tax basis. The amount you may contribute may change from year to year based on IRS limits. You have until March 31st of the next calendar year to submit for any healthcare expenses you have incurred during this calendar year. If you do not use up the money you have contributed, the remainder will be forfeited. When signing up for this program, we encourage you to be conservative in your estimations. Your reimbursement account elections do not carry over from year to year. With the dependent daycare account, you can set aside money on a pre-tax basis for child care expenses for children up to age 13, such as daycare, before or after care. If you are either a single parent or are married and both parents are working or in school on a full-time basis. You can also use this account if you require care for a dependent that is physically or mentally incapable of caring for themselves and you have someone provide care while you are working. Please note that babysitting is not an eligible expense under this program. You can use information on the Benefits Office website and IRS Publication 503 as a guide, but not all items that qualify for a tax deduction in that publication also qualify for this reimbursement account. The amount you may contribute may change from year to year based on IRS limits. You have until March 31st of the next calendar year to submit for any dependent daycare expenses you have incurred during this calendar year. If you do not use up the money you have contributed, the remainder will be forfeited. When signing up for this program, we encourage you to be conservative in your estimations. Your reimbursement account elections do not carry over from year to year. We also offer a transit commuter reimbursement account for those of you who may be using public transportation or a van pool to get you back and forth to work. You can set money aside on a pre-tax basis for these expenses. Carpooling and gasoline purchases are not eligible. The amount you may contribute may change from year to year based on IRS limits. You may sign up for this coverage, drop this coverage, or change the amount elected at any time. If you do not re-enroll in this account each year, you will forfeit any money remaining in the account. You have until March 31st of the next calendar year to submit for any transit commuter expenses you have incurred during this calendar year. If you do not use up the money you have contributed, the remainder will be forfeited, unless you re-enroll in the account for the next year. Long-term disability insurance is a mandatory program at Brookhaven. You will be enrolled in the plan after you have completed 1 year of active service. The long-term disability program is meant to replace a portion of your salary if you become totally disabled for a continuous period of 180 days or more. If you become disabled and are approved by the insurance company for the benefit, you will receive up to a maximum of 60% of your annual base salary. Because your long-term disability insurance coverage is determined from your base salary, the amount of coverage and the cost to you will be adjusted if your base salary changes. Contributions from your paycheck will not begin until you are enrolled in the program. The cost to you for long-term disability insurance is 43.1 cents for every $100 of long-term disability coverage. Contributions from your paycheck will be on an after-tax basis. Brookhaven provides basic life insurance coverage to you that is equal to approximately 1 times your annual base salary. Brookhaven also provides $25,000 in accidental death and dismemberment insurance coverage. That coverage starts today and is paid for by Brookhaven. You can choose to purchase supplemental coverages. We have a voluntary program where you may purchase supplemental life insurance coverage of an additional 1, 2, 3, or 4 times your annual base salary for you. Supplemental life insurance coverage of $50,000 to $500,000 for your spouse. Supplemental life insurance coverage of $10,000 per child. Supplemental AD&D insurance coverage of an additional 1, 2, 3, or 4 times your annual base salary for you, and supplemental AD&D insurance coverage of $50,000 to $500,000 for your spouse. You will find additional information about the coverage amounts, and the costs on pages 20 and 21 of your BSA Benefits Program booklet. Additional information regarding the Life and AD&D Insurance Program is provided in a pamphlet that is available through the Benefits Office. Contributions for supplemental life and AD&D insurance will be withheld from your paychecks on an after-tax basis. Because your life insurance coverage is determined from your base salary, the amount of coverage and the cost to you will be adjusted if your base salary changes. You may elect or cancel supplemental life and AD&D coverages at any time, but new coverage or increases in coverage require approval by the insurance company. Today, you'll need to identify at least one primary beneficiary for your life and AD&D insurance coverages, and preferably also a contingent beneficiary. The contingent beneficiary only receives the proceeds of your policy if the primary beneficiary is deceased when you die. You can change your beneficiary designations at any time. You may even divide the coverage between several people. For example, if you want one person to receive 75% and another to receive 25%, you can do so. The beneficiaries you select for life and AD&D insurance will be the same for both your basic and supplemental life and AD&D insurance coverages. You are the beneficiary for dependent life and AD&D insurance. Eligible employees who are under age 30 will be enrolled in the retirement plan after 1 year of service. Eligible employees who are age 30 or older will be enrolled in the retirement plan after 6 months of service. You must work at least 1,000 hours per year to be eligible to participate in this plan. Brookhaven makes a contribution to the retirement plan on your behalf each pay period. You don't contribute anything to this plan. You may invest this money in many different investment funds. The funds are listed in your BSA Benefits Program booklet on page 24. You'll become vested in or entitled to this money over a 5-year period. A member of the Benefits Office will contact you when you become eligible to participate in this retirement plan. Brookhaven also offers a voluntary 401k plan in which you can enroll today. This is a plan where you can set aside your own money for retirement on a pre-tax basis. There is no employer match in this plan. You can contribute up to 25% of gross pay on a before-tax basis, but it is subject to IRS limits. If you are age 50 or older during this year, you can set aside additional money under something called the catch-up provision. The investment funds in this plan are the same as those offered through the retirement plan and are listed in your BSA Benefits Program booklet on page 24. You can sign up for the 401k plan at any time. You can also stop, increase, or decrease your contributions once a month. This plan also accepts rollovers from other qualified plans. A member of the Benefits Office can assist you with any questions you may have or to get you enrolled. As an additional benefit, we offer you on-site, individualized retirement counseling sessions with certified financial planners, free of charge, and encourage you to take advantage of this complimentary service. More information on this benefit is available through the Benefits Office. You'll find that Brookhaven offers many other benefits, such as business travel accident insurance, an employee assistance program for you and the members of your household, adoption assistance, an on-site child care development center, a tuition assistance program for your continuing education, flexible work schedules, sick leave and vacation benefits, paid holidays, employee discounts, and a recreation association. One of the employee discount programs offered to Brookhaven employees is the National Vision Discount Program, located inside the Walmart in Middle Island. You do not have to sign up for this coverage. You just need to show your BNL ID card. You'll find more information in your BSA Benefits Program booklet on page 27. Now that we've discussed the various programs, let's talk about events that allow you to make certain changes to your benefits. These are called qualifying events. These include a change in your family status, such as a birth or adoption, a marriage or divorce, a change in your work schedule, a dependent child no longer being eligible for coverage, or a change in your worksite. If any of these occur, you must notify the Benefits Office within 31 days of the event. We will advise you of the changes that you can make, such as adding a new dependent or deleting a dependent from your coverage. The annual open enrollment period is when you can make changes to certain benefits coverage. If you do not have a qualifying event, you must wait until our annual open enrollment period to change your medical and dental insurance elections. If you do not make any changes to your medical and dental elections, the plans you have selected will roll over automatically to the next year. If, however, you are enrolled in Aetna Plan 4 for medical coverage, your HSA contribution, if any, will roll over automatically from year to year. During the open enrollment period, you must sign up for the healthcare, dependent daycare, and transit commuter reimbursement accounts and the Vacation Buy Plan if you want these benefits for the next year. They do not roll over from year to year. Open enrollment is held once a year, usually in October or November. You will be notified of open enrollment in several ways. Email, Brookhaven This Week, which is Brookhaven's electronic newsletter, the annual benefits booklet, Brookhaven's front gate sign, and the Monday Memo, which is a bi-weekly electronic newsletter. Picking the right benefits can be a challenge. Which medical and dental plans are best for you? Does a health reimbursement account make sense for you? How much life insurance do you need? How much should you contribute to the 401k plan? I'm sure you have a lot to think about. The decisions you make are important, and a lot goes into making the right choice. To make the process easier for you, the Benefits Office has made available an easy-to-use online tool called ALEX. How ALEX works is simple. All you have to do is log on and respond to ALEX's questions. ALEX will prompt you for some basic information about you and your family, ask a few questions about your personal situation, and help you figure out what to choose based on your responses. To get the most out of ALEX, you should be prepared to provide some information when you log in, such as how many dependents you plan to cover, a general idea of how many times you or your family may visit a doctor, how many prescriptions you might have filled, how much dental care you might need, and what other expenses you may have, such as a mortgage or other debt. You can access ALEX at www.bnl.gov/HR/benefits/. This link is included on the first page of your BSA Benefits Program booklet. Now, a member of our Benefits Office will join you to assist you in enrolling in our benefit programs.